Hello, everybody, and welcome to 38 Weeks to Go, your weekly podcast about fantasy football. I am your host, Nash, and let's get into it. With an average of 38, how was this game week for you? I got 41, and a big part of that is because I decided to double down on Gabriel. When Ballard scored that goal, oh my goodness, that was that. I just knew my weekend was done. I should have chosen Saka as my captain, who I had in my team. But no, I decided to reward one good, they say one good turn deserves another. And I thought, why not give Gabriel a second chance? I got burnt. So, apart from Arsenal losing their clean sheet, what else kind of went wrong? Okay, Semenyo. Semenyo missed a penalty. Bournemouth got hammered, so Senesi loses his clean sheet. Haaland misses a penalty, and that definitely affects his points. Some of us have Reece James. He did not start. He had a clean sheet. Very painful loss. Neither Mateta nor Welbeck scored. Everton had 3 goals disallowed. Watkins and Rodgers did nothing in a 4-0 win. Dunban gets sent off, and all Newcastle defenders just crumble. Mateta was the most transferred player in this week, and he did nothing. Di, Bowen also did nothing. Did I talk about Salah, or do you already know? He did nothing, and he missed a really, really good chance. And do you know what tops off this horrible week? There's no do-over next week. It's international break, and we're not returning until the 22nd. For another 12 days without football. Well, club football at least. I was also banking on West Ham to do nothing, so I was hoping for Dubravka clean sheet. That wasn't happening. Then Nottingham Forest hammer Leeds. Not unexpected, but still surprising because Shondai's teams tend to suffer, or rather have difficulty scoring. But I guess the biggest summary of this game week is that Sunderland are not a joke. They should be taken more seriously. When it comes to the highest scoring game of the weekend, Aston Villa 4, Bournemouth 0. Now, this game, you'd think Bournemouth were just totally unprepared for this game. That's what it looked like. I consider Irola to be a manager who knows how to prepare for each and every team he plays for, but he just got this one wrong. Buendia scored a really good goal. Onana scored another one. Then Barkley scored a header. Then Malen scored I don't think he knew much about the goal. And then Digne had an assist. Tielemans had an assist. Semenyo got a penalty. Martinez saved the penalty. It was just hat all over. In a way, this was a very disappointing fixture because if you had Senesi, you're sort of banking on DEFCON points, and then you're seeing 4 goals conceded. You're like, why? Semenyo gets a penalty, so you're like, at least it'll be points for him. Nope, gets it saved. So if he was your captain, poof, I'm sure you're wishing you had Gabriel instead. They looked like the third best side in that game, and Aston Villa looked like they're just on the up and up. Buendia had the 3 bonus points, Martinez got 2, and Onana got 1. When it comes to the most surprising result, I would say it has to be Sunderland 2, Arsenal 2. This game, it was a top of the table clash because Sunderland were in 4th. Ballard opened the scoring, and at that point, for me, it was like game over. Then Arsenal came back. Saka scored, and I was like, okay, fantasy is not doing badly for me. Then Trossard scored a really, really good goal. And then Bobby equalized in the dying minutes of the game. Sunderland do not give up. They fight until the very, very end of the game. Arsenal were not playing with a striker. They were playing with Merino, who has been as great as any striker this year. Merino and Zubimendi had the assists, while Ballard and Mukiele had the assists. Now look at me. Last week I had Roofs and Mukiele starting. And of course, because I knew Arsenal were going to be a good team, I put Mukiele on the bench. Now what does he do? Mukiele is going to kill me. So this is a bit of a disappointing game because Arsenal have kept like 8 clean sheets in the last 9 games. Some ridiculous start like that. And this was unexpected. Sunderland are a better team than we thought. Now, Saka got the 3 bonus points. Trossard got 2. Zubimendi got 1. Honestly, with a goal and an assist, I'm surprised that Ballard didn't get anything. But I guess that's how fantasy works. This was a very disappointing result, especially for those of us who have triple Arsenal defenders. The marquee game. So Manchester City take on Liverpool. This was the Doku show. He was incredible. You know how Bradley was the Mbappe and Vinicius stopper during the weekend? There was absolutely nothing he could do about Doku. Nothing. Doku did absolutely whatever he wanted. They couldn't stop him. He was immense. He was fired up more than anybody. He was the best player on the pitch. He earned a penalty, which Haaland stepped up to take, which was then saved by Liverpool keeper Mamadashvili. Haaland then scored a goal out of, by mistake, it felt like. If you see me, he had really no idea that he headed it. Then Nico Gonzalez scored a goal just before halftime. And then Doku finished off the game with a superb curling effort. It was a great goal. He was just, there was nothing they could do about him. Absolutely nothing. Liverpool, on the other hand, they really look like a side in transition. They look nearly as bad as Manchester City last season. I don't even know. If I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm not hopeful for them this season. They need to turn it around quickly. And I think the manager just needs to bring on Vats from the bench. It's fine, you spent 100 million, but Gakpo should have started instead of him. Matheus Nunes, O'Reilly, and Bernardo Silva had the assists. Doku got the 3 bonus points, Matheus Nunes got 2, and Gonzalez got 1. There were 6 clean sheets this game week. When it comes to top round performers, Martinez was a top performing goalkeeper with 14 points. Saving a penalty will definitely help. Henderson from Crystal Palace got 9. Pickford, Mamadashvili got 7. Verbruggen, Sanchez, and Donnarumma all tied for 6. When it comes to defenders, Gusto and Keane both had 15. Matheus Nunes had 13. Mitchell and O'Reilly had 11. Canvot and Ballard got 10. Gay didn't play, so for those of us who are Gay, Saka got 12 points along with Souček to be the top performing midfielder. Buendia, Garnacho, and Doku finished with 11. Cullen, Idris Kanageye, and Morgan Gibbs-White finished with 10. So you see none of the usual suspects in there. And then in goal, Igor Thiago, 13. Mecha, 8. João Pedro, 7. Wilson, 7. Richarlison, 6. So let's look at some stats that came off this game week. After 45 consecutive Premier League games of scoring a goal, Liverpool have failed to score and City have kept a clean sheet. Sunderland are unbeaten at home. Arsenal conceded first goal in 9 games. In Saka scoring, it was his first away goal that is not a penalty for 1.5 years. Richarlison ended his 12-game scoring drought. Souček has 38 goals in the Premier League. He is the joint most by any Czech player in the Premier League. West Ham win back-to-back games for the first time since February. Doku's game was really outstanding. He is the first player to win 10-plus duels, which was 11, complete 7 dribbles, create 3 or more chances, and have 3 or more shots on goal in a single Premier League game since Eden Hazard did it in 2019. Like, if you watch that game, you know he was on something else. Haaland scored, and he has 14 goals in 11 Premier League games this season, the second most any player has scored in their team's first 11 games since only Erling Haaland in 22-23 when he scored 17 goals in 11 games. Since the 23-24 season, no goalkeeper has saved more penalties in Europe's Big 5 leagues than Mamadashvili. For the first time, Leeds have lost a league match under Daniel Farke when scoring the first goal. Before today, or rather before it happened, they had been unbeaten in 53 games when they went 1-0 up. Crystal Palace are now unbeaten at home in 12 games. Brentford have scored 9 Premier League goals from throw-in situations, which is at least double that of any other side. Pep took over his 1,000th game, which ended up being a win, and he has won 716 of 1,000 in charge of Barcelona B, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. That is incredible. And Doku made his 100th appearance. Having done so in 2023 versus Liverpool, and doing so again versus Manchester United, Richarlison is the first player on record from 06-07 to be booked for excessively celebrating a 90th minute goal, only to see his side concede a goal after it anyway. That's funny. Manchester United are the first team to score first, go behind, then avoid defeat in consecutive Premier League matches since Manchester City did it in 2012. Although technically Sunderland just did the same thing as well. Haaland was the most captained player this game week, with 5.7 million people captaining him, and he got 4 points. João Pedro was second most captained player, captained by 1.1 million, got 7 points. Salah was captained by 1 million people, got 2 points. Mateta, captained by 450,000 people, got 2 points. Gabriel, fifth most captained player, I guess my idea wasn't too bad, captained by 324,000 people, he got 1 point. So it's clear, Gabriel was the worst popular captain. This is also the first time this season that Erling Haaland and Mohamed Salah are not the top 2 captained players. When it comes to DEFCON, Florentino Luis from Burnley was the most, he got 18. And then Canvo, Gay's replacement, got 15, along with Milenkovic and Malik Thiaw and Yarmouk. Those are the top 5 DEFCON players this week. When it comes to transferred players, the most transferred player in is Mbeumo, 176,000. Thiago, 95,000. Mateta, 93,000. Rice, 64,000. João Pedro is back, 58,000. When it comes to players out, Kudus, 178,000. Gyökeres, 89,000. Voltemada, 83,000. From when he was a top, he has done nothing. Grealish, 56,000. And Reinders, 60,000. Those are the top 5 top transfers out this game week. Like I said earlier, the average for the week was 38. The highest points this week was 120. So you know that person has jumped up all of the tables. And this person named Shah used his triple captain. The triple captain, Emiliano Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper. I'm telling you, fantasy, I just shows you that people played so differently. Now, the funniest thing even about this is that this person had captained Obi, Chido Obi from Manchester United. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, so in goal, his captain, 42 points. Martinez, 42 points. I got 41. I got 41, got 42. Anyway, that's life, huh? De Ligt got 9 points. Gusto, 15. Van Dijk, 1. Hartman, 1. O'Reilly, 11. Salah, 2. Neto, 9. Saka, 12. Doku, 11. João Pedro, 7. And that's how they got 120. When it comes to our league, Lawrence Agapong, manager of Aplau Babies, got 74 points using the bench boost. In goal, they had Donnarumma, 6. Cucurella, 6. Munoz, 6. Calafiori, 1. Captain Saka, 24 points, well done. Grealish, 3. Semenyo, 0. Doku, 11. Ekitike, 1. Voltemada, 5. Mateta, 2. Raya, 1. Matty Cash, 6. Walker, 0. Rogers, 2. 74 was our group leader. That's tough. That's tough. Because I was with a bench boost. Wow. It's a tough week, huh? Stan Midair was number 2, 67 points. And then Kiggs, Escobar Season, Mark Mora round up the top 5 with 66 points each. This game week, Mike Mbugwa made the most transfers, making 12 transfers. Usif Umar made 6. Charles Osano made 5, along with Aplau Babies, 5. And Abel Kibunja, Kiggs, Alexander Mutune, and Anton N. Washira Itahi, Don Clinton all made 4 transfers to tie for 5th place. When it comes to highest change in team value, Mr. Dennis Com has added 0.9 million to his team value. Well done. Overall rank riser, Aplau Babies jumped globally 1.68 million positions in rank. Well done. When it comes to our league riser, Dana jumped 32 positions in our league. Well done to you, sir. Highest team value, Ron Chisaka's team is now a mighty 104 million. When it comes to not so great stats, Harry Potter, I Can Kick It, their team has lost 0.6 million in value. When it comes to most decrease in overall rank, Suraj Baigane has dropped 1 million positions this week. When it comes to disappointing transfer outcome, Mike Mbogwa lost 51 points. I guess he made 12 transfers, as we noted earlier. Whew, that is tough. That is tough. That is tough. Anyway, when it comes to most points on the bench, Simnani 30 points. Yeah, Mulla, baby. That is so painful. How do you have 30 points when people are averaging 30 something? Oh, wow. It could be. He had 33 points and 30 points on the bench. Leon, my friend, I am so sorry. That's so painful. 33 points and 30 points on the bench. That is painful. De Schmetterling got 22 points on the bench. Brian Riller, 19. Okaka Felix, 19. And Sir Carlos Wenger, tied with Gerald Juma, have 18 points on the bench. When it comes to streak of red arrows, El Central United, managed by El Fleek, has now seen his team get 6 red arrows in a week. Hey, sorry. Just, you have this international break, just use it properly and do better next week. Tatiana Mislanovic has the lowest team value at 97.8. When it comes to the least points this week, Dejan Savesky got 18 points. Now, let's take a look at those 18 points. In goal, Raya, 2. Gabriel, 1. Ben White, 0. Van Dijk, 1. Salah, 2. Cherki, 1. Palmer, who was his captain, 0. Enzo Fernandez, 3. Wood, 0. João Pedro, 7. Sesko, 1. So you can tell that this is not a team that is active. So let's see. Let's look at somebody else who's active. Suraj Baigane, 22 points. This looks like at least a team that is active. Roofs in goal, 2 points. Senesi, 2. Gabriel, 1. Calafiori, 1. Timber, 1. You can see the triple Arsenal defense. It really messes you up when you don't do well. Caicedo, 2. Semenyo, 0. Grealish, 3. Haaland, 4. Owen, captain, 4. Mateta, 2. Not bad. So the bottom 5 in terms of points was Dejan Savesky, 18 points. Suraj Baigane, 22. Edwin Candia, 23. Boaz Ogala, 23. And number 5, Pablo Hernandez Museve, 24 points on the bench. 24 points and this week. When it comes in better news, Oti Omondi has seen himself rise with a streak of green arrows for the 7th week in a row. Escobar's season has 6 different goal scorers this game week. Well done to you. This week, Khalid Mohammed got 22 points from what he would have had he not made his transfers. Well done to you. In a week where the average was 41, 22 points is a lot. When it comes to captain choices, we mostly still believed in Haaland. 116 of us chose him to be our captain. 15 of us chose Saka. 12 of us chose João Pedro. 10 of us chose Mo Salah. 9 of us chose Mateta. 7 of us chose Gabriel. 3 of us chose Voltemada. Another 3 chose Bowen. Another 3 chose Merino. Another 2 who of course have quit, Wood. Another 2 who also not playing, Palmer. Another 2 chose Mbemo. Another 2 chose Semenyo, I'm so sorry. And then Gyökeres, Ekitike, Odoi, Grealish, Gakpo, Virgil van Dijk, Raul Jimenez, Sarr, Watkins and Rice were chosen by one manager each. When it comes to our league table, Jeffrey Jeremy, man behind the mask, is number 1, 712 points. Right behind him, Madangani Kihoro is 711 points. Patrick Phillip, number 3, 690 points. Fama Champez, 689 points at number 4. Charles Cadevillis, look at you, well done, sir. 688 points has risen to number 5. Number 6 is Alan Muchangi, 683. Number 7, Ron Chisaka, 677. Number 8 is Arnold Medunga, 676. And at number 9 is LED, 674. And rounding up the top 10, Kojo Danso, 672 points. Number 1 has 712 points. Now, to get to 612 points, that is number 66. So if you're between number 1 and number 66, you're just 100 points away from number 1. So don't lose hope. At the other end of the table, at number 195, we have Don Clinton, who has 309 points. We have a new entrant who has 44 points. They've literally just joined Fantasy this week. So they've entered last with 44 points. Don Clinton has 309. It will be interesting to see if this number 196 will catch up to Don Clinton. Don Clinton has 190, who's our true last, 195, 309 points. Mike Mbugwa has really dropped, 410 points. Murunga Imanyara continues dropping, 437 points. Tatiana Mislenovic, 438. And Victor Nyabola, 191, fifth from bottom, 456 points. You see that at this point, they're over 200 points below number 1. The gap is tough, but it's not undoable, but it is tough. And with that has been a review of this absolutely dreadful game week. Now we have an international break, so I will do another episode to preview the next game week when it is closer. Up until then, enjoy the break, think about what you need to do, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Take care. Bye.